because I knew of course I'd be able to make a nether portal, so that's what I did, and I also did some housework, and dived into the river to do some extension of my island. Day 13 I went exploring close to my base and stumbled across this abandoned nether portal. I was able to pick up some goods. Day 14 I built some base protection so no mobs could enter. From around day 15 to day 19 I went back down to the depths of the caves to see if I could get my hands on some more diamonds. I was close to getting diamond armor but not close enough, so I went mining for these days to secure every last diamond I needed. I also picked up some iron and some coal on the way. Day 19 I got back to my base. I had secured 38 diamonds in total. This was my opportunity to cover myself in diamond armor. So that is exactly what I did. I started crafting the diamond armor and even made a sword. By that time, the advancement was made. I was stood there in my shiny blue diamond armor, but I was not worthy of wearing it yet. So I decided to put it back on an armor stand and put my iron armor on, and then I went back out to my farm to do some more work on it. I knew that if I wanted to go any further, I would need to breed my cows for an enchantment table. But on the way back to my base, something unimaginable happened. A new foe had appeared outside my base in the river. I knew that I had to take care of it. I got my bow and arrow and I took a brief moment in my base to realize what I was about to get myself into. A battle. Then the time came. I take aim and took them out one by one. They dropped some loot and some valuables, so I went into the river to collect that. But in return of winning this battle, I was given a curse. Before I knew it, it was day 21. I decided to do some more building in my base and it was a really chillax day. I used my bedroom as an opportunity to show off my valuables using blocks of lapis, redstone, iron and gold. It was day 22 and I decided to go and breed all of my cows and get ready to get rid of them for all of their leather. It was time to prepare the enchantment table. I went back to my base and decided to craft up some bookshelves. This would be needed for the enchanting room. For day 24 I realised I need a place for this enchantment table. I couldn't just place it anywhere and I needed some space for the bookshelves, so I decided to build a whole entire room for it. I even made a room for things such as smokers and blast furnaces to speed up things like smelting. I also took the opportunity at the end of day 24 to build a massive mine all the way down to diamond level. It was day 25 and I set up the bookshelves and got ready for the enchantment table. I built it by placing my 2 diamonds, 4 obsidian and 1 book in there. It was ready to be planted, and there it was. I did some extra decorating to the place and it ended up looking pretty nice. The first thing I decided to enchant was my diamond pickaxe. And I got the best enchants I could have possibly asked for. The sword not so much. It took a few attempts but I got there in the end with a decent enchant I was happy with. I then realised it was time to enter the nether. I needed more XP and I needed it pretty fast, so I went deep into the nether to try and get some quartz and XP. Luckily for me the fortress was really close by, but I needed to find some piglins. These would become useful for trading. So that was it. I trapped a piglin and tossed him a bunch of gold. He done some really good trades and I ended up getting around about 16 Eye of Enders. I then went to explore in the fortress, going past withers and also some blazes for some blaze powder. For most of the days in day 31 onwards, I decided that it would be best to make the Eye of Enders, make an ender chest, and even get some more XP for enchanting. I also got some glowstone because this could be used to decorate my base and light it up a little bit more. I pretty much spent day 31 all the way to 40 pretty much going for XP. After enchanting most of my armor, it was getting closer to the moment that I was scared for. The Ender Dragon fight. Although I knew I was going to be prepared, it was still a worry, because one wrong move with the Ender Dragon and it's all over. By day 38 I was fully enchanted up, and day 39 I pretty much spent doing some decorating around my base and getting some phantom membranes. I could use phantom membranes for potions of slow falling, which would be useful for the end. I also went collecting arrows. By day 40 I went exploring. At first my adventure was quiet, until this happened, a village. I found some friendly villagers which allowed me to do trades. It took a while but I was able to get a mending book, something which was a game changer for the future of this world. So I spent day 41 pretty much waiting until all the villagers were ready to trade. I then went with my sticks and got a bunch of emeralds, which ultimately meant I could go back to the librarian and purchase one of his mending books. It was day 44. I was able to put mending on my pickaxe and rename it. Day 45, Ender Dragon preparation was well underway, making potions of strength and also slow falling. I did brewing for quite a while. I wanted to over prepare as much as possible for the Ender Dragon fight just in case anything was to go wrong. Day 46, I did some last preparations for the Ender Dragon fight, going out to find some apples. The reason I got apples is to ultimately make golden apples, something which would be very useful for the end fight.